Speech in such a way that others love to listen to you. Listen in such a way that others love to speak to you. A very good evening, Toastmasters and our respected guests. I, Shilpa Gupta, Sergeant at Arms for the club. Welcome you all to the 80th meeting of Wave to Lead Toastmasters Club. Let's have a big round of applause. To begin with this positive note, let's state some ground rules for the meeting. First, please switch on your video to make the session more interactive and lively. At Toastmasters, we try and use English language as the mode of communication. In case if you use any other language, please provide its translation. If you choose to talk about sex, religion, and politics during the meeting, please do it responsibly and in a manner that it doesn't create mutual conflict of interest amongst the club members. On these restricted topics, it is recommended to get your content reviewed from your mentor, VP Education, or club president before presenting it on the stage. Please keep your cell phones on mute. Always use a show off button for raise of hand if you want to speak. Mute your microphone unless you are speaking. Please applaud passionately and loudly for our performances. It's time to read out the mission statement of the club, which is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With further ado, I would like to call upon the person who is juggling with work life and Toastmasters, trying to live what he preach, taking one step at a time towards excellence. He is none other than our President TM Manan. Over to you, President TM Manan.
Well, thank you so much, TM Shilpa, for starting off the meeting and raising the curtain for our 80th meeting of Weave to Lead Toastmasters Club. Though the number 80 in real life sounds like pretty old and pretty jarring, but we are a young club full of enthusiastic people who want to learn, grow, and move forward in life. So big round of applause for that. Now, before moving ahead, we are always rushing, right? We have our task list lined up for our day. We have to attend meetings, complete our tasks, do this, that, report to different people. So in this rush, we certainly don't get time to pause and think and appreciate ourselves, right? So before moving ahead, before starting off with the pre-decided agenda of the meeting, I want you all to get back to our school days and add some zing to it, right? So in our school days, what we used to do, we used to perform this rhythmic clapping, right? So what we used to do, right? So tonight, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna do this rhythmic clapping and we're gonna say some self-assuring affirmations to ourselves, right? Because it is really important that, okay, we need external validation from the outside world.
I think some network error occurred. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, till the time Toastmaster Manan is frozen, I'm the VP Education of this club, and I'll be your master of ceremonies today. We are waiting for some speakers and our final judge to arrive. Any questions from the speakers on today's evaluation criteria, you can put it in the chat box to me directly. As such, our very esteemed guest is also here today, and our judge today, she has volunteered herself. Please, Nidhi ma'am, unmute herself and give a motivational talk to us till I get President Manan back online.
Thank you, everyone. And before giving you a speech on motivation, I get motivated. Definitely a big round of applause for all of you for being here and organizing this speech marathon so that everyone can. Are you all excited for today? How everyone is going to perform? Yes, I can't hear the voices. Are you all excited?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yes. Yes.
I'm excited. excited too, and that's why I volunteered myself. When I saw the listing that so many people are giving the speeches, and there is a panel of judges all together, what it's quite interesting to see, and looking forward for this interesting session, and looking to learn myself as well, and to get motivated myself as well, to see you all enthusiastically speaking about certain topics. Yes, Manan, are you there? Yes, Manan is back, and Manan, we are not. Yes, over to you.
I guess I got stuck. So where was I? How many of you were listening to me? Okay, fine, wonderful. So we were talking about rhythmic clapping, right? So what I was saying, I'm gonna perform this in front of you all, and for that, I want everybody to please like turn on their mics and cameras so that we all can hear this roar of positivity and feel it online. So what we're gonna do on the count of three, we'll do rhythmic clapping, right? And we're gonna say something to ourselves, right? What we're gonna say is, I'm getting better and better with each day, and tonight I'm going to conquer the digital stage. Okay? So on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. Together, everybody. I am getting better.
I'm getting better and better every day.
And tonight,
And today,
will conquer the digital stage.
will conquer.
Tonight I'll conquer the day.
So how you all are feeling after this positive activity that we are trying? I can see the zeal in a lot of you people. So keep up the spirit for tonight, guys. Now, before moving ahead, there are a couple of announcements, some related to EC and other proceedings of the club. The one important announcement is that due to some intensive engagement, our elected VPPR TM Anubhav has reached out to me and said he won't be able to continue or hold up to his position as Vice President Public Relations for the club. So he has officially taken a step back, step down, and now we are declaring the position of Vice President Public Relations for our club open. So any of you who's interested to nominate himself or herself for the position can send in your nominations to me or our VP Education TM Adesh, right? And we will be conducting the elections for the position soon in upcoming weeks. Okay. Now, with this announcement, I can see a couple of guests who have joined us for tonight. So I would request guest Kajal to please turn on her mic or camera if possible and tell us about yourself, what brings you to our meeting tonight, and anything. How's your day been till now? Guest Kajal.
Sir, can you please repeat? Actually, your voice is a bit low. Can you please repeat what you just said?
Manan, I think your voice is not coming. Is it coming to other people? I could not hear him.
Yes, sir. Even I can't hear him.
No.
Okay, our guest today, Kajal, can you introduce yourself by switching on your video?
Yes, sir. Sure. Hello, my name is Kajal. Right now, I am doing CS, and along with it, I am preparing for my law entrance, like from Delhi University. So it's just that I want to improve my communication skill, because as we all know that how much communication plays a role in building up the career, especially in corporate sector, and especially like where I'm doing CS in law. So it's just that today I have joined as a guest. So like basically I don't know much about the working of Toastmaster. So it's just I can get an idea that how it works, and so that I can join it in future. That's all. Thank you.
Manan, you're on mute again.
Thank you so much. Yes, Kajal. And moving ahead, I would like to request our guest Abhilash to introduce himself to the club. Tell us what brings you here tonight and how's your day been till now.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, like even I was thinking about joining a Toastmaster from the last few years, but because of some priorities, I was pushing it back. So just today morning, I was discussing with one of my friends regarding the Toastmaster. She just shared me the group link, meeting link and process, so that just join the rest and see how everything goes in the club, so that you can decide accordingly. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. And how's your day been so far?
Yeah, like pretty good. I came to a new city, Bangalore, last week, so
Okay.
adjusting to the city.
Okay, perfect. New cities, new
Yeah,
experience, you tonight as
yeah,
well. So I next 2 hours, you feel like after spending next 2 hours with us, you feel like it was time spent well.
sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank
doing
you.
this tonight. So now, moving ahead, I would like to request, since it's a special meeting, we are not going to follow the usual Toastmaster structure. So tonight, instead of a Toastmaster of the day, we do have somebody who is going to conduct and take us through all the phases of the meeting. And he's somebody who spends most of his time talking about the pi bond, sigma bond, and modality and molality with students. These are the concepts that I never understood in my school life, but I'm sure he's doing a great job with that. And he also carries the responsibility of the education of our club on his very solid shoulders. He's none other than our VP Education and MC of the night, Toastmaster Adesh. So big round of applause for Toastmaster Adesh. Please come forward and take this meeting ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, President Manan, for such an introduction. Hi, everyone. First of all, a round of applause for everyone for coming on the meeting. So please clap for yourselves that yes, you made it. Why? Because the inner pain of a VP education is the roles are filled and they come to the meeting. Let's start with the meeting on that note. As such, it's a very, very special meeting. We have conducted lots of meetings in a same monotonous way. But this one is special. Why? Because we have 6 speakers today. These 6 speakers will be judged by a panel of 5 judges. And the winner is going to get the goodies which we have displayed on the EC channel. So the members who are in the EC, they have seen them. Those who are not in the EC, it's a surprise for you. So let's start the meeting with some ground rules for the competition. Every judge has been sent a ballot. We'll be drawing numbers for the speakers. The judges have to fill the sheet according to the number of the speaker. Second part, every speaker will get 5 to 7 minutes for his speech. The speech can be a project, but it will not be evaluated as such. Why? Because we are not having individual evaluations. We are having a combined judging. Last, the speaker can take 30 seconds below 5 minutes and 30 seconds above 7 minutes. They will be qualified. If they're taking less than 4 minutes 30 seconds, they're automatically disqualified from the running, and their judging will be stopped there itself. So I would request every speaker to keep in the time limit. Next part, the judges, after you have put your marks, please send the PDFs to me on WhatsApp, and I will tell you the final results. So these are some of the ground rules. So let's start with the random draw. I would like everyone to switch on your videos. Those who are speakers, especially, please switch on your videos and let's start. Can anyone volunteer for their random draw? I want a raise of hands. Everyone, the speakers today. It's like a fastest finger first. So TM Shilpa, is going first for her random draw. I'll be sharing a screen with you. Is my screen visible to everyone? Yes or no?
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have 1 to 5. So we have 5 speakers with us. Automatically, as our Toastmaster Sujay is stuck with work, so he will be arriving late to the meeting. He is the 6th speaker. The other 5, one by one, we'll get the random draw from them. So Toastmaster Shilpa, let's see what is your number. Oh, wow, it is number 1 only randomly. So Toastmaster Shilpa is our first speaker. Please put her name in the ballot, which has been provided. Every judge, please put her name as the first speaker. Okay, let's move to the next speaker.
Okay.
Yes, anybody would like to volunteer, or I will choose. Okay, Toastmaster Suraj hand raised his hand first by 1 second. Toastmaster Mohit. Okay, let's start. Let's see. It's random number 3. So Toastmaster Suraj, you'll be going on the 3rd slot. So please put as speaker number 3. It's Toastmaster Suraj. Judges, I hope you have put it for the Toastmaster Shilpa as the first speaker. And the 3rd speaker is Toastmaster Suraj. Let's start with now Toastmaster Mohit. He is the 4th speaker today. So automatically Toastmaster Manish and Toastmaster Kshitij, who will volunteer to go first? Okay, Toastmaster Kshitij has raised his hand. Let's see. He's the 5th speaker. Toastmaster Kshitij, please judges, put him as the 5th speaker today. And the 2nd speaker automatically goes to Toastmaster Manish. Last speaker, 6th speaker, is Toastmaster Sujay. He's not here with us right now, but he will be joining us later on in the meeting. I hope everyone is clear with their positions. Can you please raise your hand so that we know? Okay, great. So let's start the meeting. First of all, I would like to request one by one every judge to give their introduction themselves. Let's start with our guest judge today, Judge Sahil Sachdeva. Sahil, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adesh and Toastmaster Manan, for giving me this opportunity. It has been rightly said that every single day brings an opportunity to learn and grow. And today I have volunteered myself as a judge to this speech contest. I believe it's a speech contest. And thank you so much. I'm currently serving as a Vice President Education at Mera Toastmasters Club, District 124. And I'm looking forward to an insightful session today. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sahil. Next is a judge who needs no introduction, Toastmaster Nidhi, please.
Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm delighted to be a part of this speech marathon. And as we all know that contests are in place for area level as well, division levels, and this is the preliminary session for everyone. So it's a great way to encourage other participants to get participated and to be prepared for what is coming up next. And congratulations to all of you. All the best, because we want international speech contest winner from District 41 this time. All the best to all of you.
Okay, next is our own member from our own club, Judge Arunima. Please switch on a video and introduce yourself.
Evening, Toastmasters and their guests. I feel delighted to be part of the judge ceremony today, and I hope that we do a great job and all of us prepare well for the ISC as said by Toastmaster Nidhi. And yes, we want winner not from District 41 but from Wave to Lead. Looking forward.
Great. So our last judge for today is Toastmaster Shivangi. Toastmaster Shivangi, if you can please switch on your video.
Hi everyone, I am Shivangi, a member of Central Delhi Toastmasters. I am here to see a speech marathon for the first time. I found it interesting. So all the EC members of WTL, you're doing a great job, and hopefully I'll have some learnings and inspire other clubs to do the same.
Okay. And the final judge is your master of ceremonies, the humble Toastmaster Adesh. Anyway, okay. So in today's club, let's start with the first speaker. She has been a great sergeant at arms. There are no words for the amount of effort she puts in every meeting. Please, Toastmaster Shilpa, the stage is yours.
Thank you, TM Adesh. So first of all, thinking positively is not about expecting the best to happen every time, but accepting that whatever happens is the best for this moment. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and all dear guests. Today, my topic is very relevant to everyone, and my topic is importance of positivity in our lives. So first of all, my question to everyone, like, are you positive by nature? Like, if anything comes to you first, then your mind goes to the positive side first or to the negative side? So first, I want to ask to TM Adesh.
Being a teacher of chemistry, sometimes negative sides, never to the positive sides.
Okay, thank you. TM Nidhi.
So I would take myself as a human, and definitely humans' tendency is to think positive as well and to evaluate negativity as well. So
Yeah. Thanks for the true answer. So basically, I can say after hearing all the positive things and what happened in my real life, definitely you will try to be more positive in your life going forward. So first of all, what is actually the positive thinking? So positive thinking refers to a belief or mental attitude which makes us think that good thing will happen soon. Might be all the things what we are doing will be pay off either later or sooner, but definitely we will get the good output out of it. Definitely, if we are a positive thinkers, we can't think that everything will life. That is not the case. You will get the problems, but definitely you will have that positive attitude to go through it. So first, I will just give one instance in my life what happened to me. So as everyone know, I am in IT. In IT, what happened is there are a lot of email chains going on every time. So few months back, I can say, so whenever I was getting any email, especially from my peers or from any competitors, I was taking it very negatively because my perspective and my thought process was negative. So whenever I was seeing their email, I was thinking that okay, they are trying to dominate me, and I was reacting immediately. What I used to do is actually I reply back on that email immediately with a negative perspective. But eventually I noticed that a lot of people came out to me that their intention was not that negative what I actually took. Then I thought like there is some problem in myself. Then I have started working on myself. Then first of all, my first action was that we should not take any action immediately. So what I have done is I have slightly taken that email on the positive manner, and then I realized that no, they are not wrong every time. My perspective was wrong. So what I have started doing is I have started replying that email on a slower end, like not immediately and with the positive note. So what happened is things have been settled down, and even there was some instances where they have sent me the email on the negative send, but because of my positive attitude and because of my positive reply, things moved on a better end. So from this I concluded that we should always try to take things on a positive manner. So this was the first instance. Now I want to just mention that the benefits of positive thinking. First is the health. if we are taking things on a positive manner, so what happened is we will always be happy. And as you know, positive thinking is directly proportional to happiness, and happiness is directly proportional to health. So if we remain happy, then definitely that will be great for our health too. If I will talk about the second advantage, immunity. If we are happy, again be happy if our parameters of health remain. The benefit is, suppose in life, if you will take things negative, then definitely I can say from my past experience, the result will also be negative. But if you will have the positive attitude, then definitely you will get a correct way to solve that problem, and that will solve a lot of problems in your life. I want to share a friend in my organization, and we both were working in an IT company. So he was always very positive in nature. So whenever I was going to him and I was just raising any personal problem in my life, he was always taking it very positively. Sometimes I was very irritated, and I was thinking that he's more positive. We should not be that level of positive. Then one day, because his project has been completed, my company fired him. Then I reached out to him and I started consoling him. And then his reply was, "Today I feel that something very good going to happen now." So I was very surprised with his answer. And then he said, "Till now, because of my job, I was not able to spend time on the activities which I actually wanted to do. Now I will have the enough time to do that activity." Then he has joined a course for his GRE preparation, and within 6 months he was in US. He was appointed. He got the selection in a topmost college of US, and now he is working in the top organization at the top salary. From this, I understood that yeah, if we are taking anything positive, can't expect that we will get the results immediately, but we have to be patient for that as well. Now important thing come into the picture, that how it is possible. It's very difficult to be positive, because in life everyone is has lot of problems, either in the office or in the personal life. How we can make our life in a positive manner? So first is meditation. So we should spend some time in the morning to do the meditation. Just get all the positive, we should spend time on the positive things, and definitely that will work for us. Another is, when we are in the morning, we should either listen any motivational speeches, or we should read any motivational quote. So this is my normal routine. I used to go at walk in the morning, and I usually listen lot of motivational speeches. We have lot of motivational speakers these days. You can just follow anyone, and definitely it will work for you. Another is, like, every day we should thank ourselves for any three, but at least I can give you few examples. Like, if you are getting food, if you have a great family, if you are either if you are in a college, then you are doing great, you have a bright future. If you are doing the job, you have a great job. So every day in the morning we should think about the positive thing we have in our life. Last but not the least, we are a very great self thinkers, self talkers. So normally what happen is, we are usually talking to ourselves a lot. We are saying that, okay, if we have a good company, then it impacts a lot. If we have a negative company, then it also again impacts us a lot. But I can say, when we are doing the self talk, if that self talk is negative, that has a major impact on us. If we are doing the self talk in a positive manner, then definitely our all actions will also be in the positive manner. So first of all, we should change our self negative talk to the self positive talk. So these are the main points which we can use to have a positive thinking in our life. We can't change anything overnight, but if we will, so what we should do is, we should just draft the points. We all know ourselves, we know our negative points, so we should write down those negative points, and we should work one by one. We can't think that we will do everything on a single day. We should start picking the one item, then we should think about that, and then gradually, once we will start working on it, then definitely we will uh, we, uh, that positive impact will come over to us. So I just want to know, expect anyone that they will try to get this. TM Manan, are you there? Okay, I think he's not able to hear that. Thank you so much. Over to you, TM Adesh.
Okay. As TM Manan just did not display the timing for the speaker on the appropriate time, Toastmaster Shilpa does qualify because
Yeah.
she did not see 7 minutes 30 seconds. So please, judges, do judge her accordingly. I would like to request, please, every judge to raise their hands. So she is not disqualified. Her timing, because we could not display that at the same time due to technical difficulties.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let's move on to our next speaker. But before that, can anyone tell me who became positive after hearing Toastmaster Shilpa's speech? Because I became very positive that yes, it is such a nice meeting. Can anyone raise their hands? Great. Now, please keep that positivity in you because our next speaker is going to make you even more positive and more cheerful. He is a Toastmaster who has joined us again recently. And I hope that he does us proud with his latest speech endeavor. Toastmaster Kshitij, the stage is yours. Toastmaster Kshitij. A round of applause for him. And I forgot, we did not give Toastmaster Shilpa a round of applause. She's sweating for us. Please do so. And she stood up for 7-8 minutes.
No, I'm going to change the room. AC is not working.
I agree. I agree. Okay.
For everybody to know, sorry, TM Adesh, I'm just your time. For everybody to know, this was TM Shilpa's first ever speech. She did not even give her icebreaker yet.
Now, yes.
And what a fire. Big round of applause for that. Very well done.
Thank you.
Is the screen someone's screen shared or is it mine shared? Like, I'm just not getting something. Toastmaster Manan, is your screen shared? Has someone started sharing the screen?
I did, but then I like stopped the screen share.
Still visible though. Let's just look. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, everyone, let's move on to the next speech for the day. Toastmaster Kshitij. Can you please switch on the video? I don't think so. There's some error from his side. Okay.
I can see him.
I can see him now. Okay, let's move on to our very own Toastmaster Kshitij. Is his voice visible or audible? Visible, I'm so sorry. Voice is audible.
So sorry to intervene in between.
Yes, Toastmaster Sahib. Yes.
Yeah, I guess Toastmaster Manish was supposed to be the second speaker.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's my mistake. It's Toastmaster Manish who was the second speaker. The second speaker is Toastmaster Manish. And Toastmaster Kshitij was towards the neck of it. Yes, it's my mistake. Okay, Toastmaster Manish, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, Toastmaster Manish, we can hear you.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Okay, so I did not give him an introduction to Toastmaster Manish. His icebreaker was just last week. And he is the budding Toastmasters of our club. So a big round of applause for Toastmaster Manish.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, not visible.
Okay. Sorry.
Actually,
Yeah, now you're visible. Yeah.
from two devices, one for audio.
In my childhood, I lived in a small village, and where there were not many facilities available at that time. So people usually lived there, slept before 8 o'clock at night, and the elders living there told their children a horror stories so that they came home before a sunset and sleep at night soundly. I assume many of you Toastmasters have heard horror stories from their elders in their childhood. If you never heard one, don't be disappointed. Today, I am Toastmaster Manish going to share one of my experience of horror story shared by my father when in my childhood. And this is one of the story I still remember. This story is set up in the child high school memories of my father. In a town, in a deep forest, there is uh, there was his hostel where in one room shared by four students, and one of the student was very studious and read and study at late hours and not very talkative. He usually be a introvert. One day he came to his roommates and told them whenever he study at late night, there is some kind of sound he heard from outside the window, like someone throwing pebbles at the window at night. So he told them what to do so. As I told, in the village at that time, there is a perception that don't go outside after sundown because there are ghosts who are wandering at the street at that time. So the other roommates advise him to not go outside. First, either you not go outside, either you stay, don't stay at mm, room or ignore the sound. But he was kind of stubborn. He never listened to them and to do choose to find another way. At that night, when the same order is going on, he heard the sound of pebbles throwing at his window. He wake up from his bed and go to the window and shouted, "Who was there at this night throwing pebbles at my window?" No one answered. He was scared a little bit and put on his shoes and go outside. Other roommates saw him, but they don't have a courage to stop him. When he go outside and at morning when the other roommates met him, so they asked him what happened at last night, why you go outside. He told when he go outside, he chased the sound of pebble. Whenever he go near to him, the sound go far and far. And at at last, he went to the waterfall, where he was unconscious, where he saw the lady wearing a white cloth with a long hair. When other roommates heard about it, they made fun of him. They said, "Don't be such a fool to tell us this." But as I told, this character was very stubborn. He he said he will prove all of them wrong by catching that ghost. And in the village story, they are not typical ghosts you ever seen in the Bollywood and Hollywood movies. They are different from them. There are various kind of variety you never heard of. So when he studied about ghosts, he find different kind of. One of them I will told you. one of the ghosts is who craving for secrets. This is kind of funny, kind of dramatic stories of this. So when he read about that ghost, he learned that that ghost have only one weakness here. So at that another day, he go outside with a sailor and never came back at morning. At morning, when everyone awake and he didn't attend any classes, the roommates were very conscious about where he is. So with teacher, they go there at the waterfall where he lie unconscious. When they wake him up and they saw in her hair there are some in his hand there are some hairs, and when he opened his hand those hairs vanished. At that time these kind of stories make sound at that time that these kind of stories scared all of the children, most of them. And now at this point of stage, maybe might be we see this story and very illogical. But these stories make our childhood very fascinating, more adventurous. After that, whenever I went to see ghost movies with my friends, and I watch movies like Conjuring or Ouija board like of movie. Whenever there was a woman with a white cloth and with sharp nails, I got my goosebumps. So with this, I hope my story entertained you, and I completed my story. Thank you very much.
Okay, from positivity to horror. Wow, what a drastic change, right? And okay, who felt creepy after hearing his story? I felt so. Though it will not give me nightmares like conjuring, but it will certainly stay with me for a little while. Anyway, any horror fans here who have seen some stuff? None? Such a dry crowd I have. Such serious people. I know you are competing. Even the judges are like silent. Oh, no horror, no nothing. Okay, Toastmaster Nidhi, any horror stories you like?
I would like to say that if you want to hear some horror story, please approach your district director, Anko Yadav, DTM Anko Yadav, because he is going to tell you one of the horror stories where you will get goosebumps. I have seen people have not heard it personally, but he approaches people and say, "Do you want to hear horror stories? Let's come up."
Sure, we'll have him as a guest speaker someday. Toastmaster. Okay, Toastmaster Sahil also has something for horror for us.
Yeah, I'm a horror lover, you know, Toastmaster Adesh.
Wow, we have a horror lover. Wow. Okay. Yes, Toastmaster Sahil.
Be it any series, Annabelle, Conjuring, The Boy, The Walking Dead. I never used to miss any horror movies.
Great. I will just say that from the Indian ghosts to the foreign ghosts, who do you prefer? Indians or the foreigners? Yes, Toastmaster Manan.
Oh, no, actually, I had one question for TM.
For who, TM?
Since you are a self-proclaimed horror lover, have you ever had nightmares watching hard television?
Could you please repeat your question once again?
So I'm coming to you, Manan. I'm saying since you are a self-proclaimed horror lover, in your childhood, ever had nightmares on some television channel?
Well, yes, go ahead.
I think 3 times he has said Ahat. I'll say it last time. Have you seen Ahat as such?
I have never seen Ahat, but I have seen Fear Files.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Okay, have anyone seen the Fir Koi Hai? That was used to be come in our childhood. Like there was a TV show, Fir Koi Hai.
Great, great. I have seen 2 episodes. Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't remember anything, but there was a lot of promo coming in between our movies, and like I remember only the one thing from the Indian boots is Fir Koi Hai.
And have you anybody seen the movie 1920?
Yeah, yes.
That's not over.
That's
not
over.
I think
That's
we
over.
should come back from ghosts. We are not having a Halloween special today. Anyway, let's start. We can have October 31st special meeting on Halloween. Everybody is really enjoying ghosts today. Okay, so let's start with the next speaker. He is a speaker which I genuinely feel that I relate most to, because we both teach what? Can anyone guess? Yes, Toastmaster Nidhi.
You told in the beginning that you teach chemistry.
Yes, I teach chemistry, he teaches maths.
He teaches maths.
But who do we teach?
Both are
The horrors incarnate,
JES.
our students. Anyway,
JES parents.
anyway, Toastmaster Suraj. I hope I'm the third speaker. Is Toastmaster Suraj or is it Toastmaster Mohit?
I am TM. This I'm the
Yeah, I'm testing you. I also know that it is you. That's why I'm just asking. Yes, are you there, Toastmaster Suraj? Are you ready with your speech today?
Yes, TM. This.
Okay, so supposedly the judges might have to do some maths today. Let's start with our next speaker, Toastmaster Suraj.
Teachers are those who help to find strength, wipe away tears, overpower demons, and conquer fears. Good evening, dear fellow Toastmaster and my dear guests. My topic of this is about teachers, and this topic is close to my heart because I'm a teacher. When I joined this club, I was suspicious about my capabilities, and I had stage fear too. When I took the auxiliary role for the first time, I was scared. How am I going to do this? But I did somehow. It was really horrifying experience for me. But I felt a little scared after doing this. The next time I took a different role, I felt a little less scared this time, and this experience was good. It all happened because I was encouraged by my teachers after every meeting. They are great mentors. They always push me out of my comfort zone, and I always believe in them. Still, I do. They are integral part of WTLC family. Thank you, Team Arunima, Team Himani, Team Manan, and everybody else for your encouragement. I also want to thank myself for doing this. I did this despite all negative thoughts, stage fears. I still do have stage fears, but I will be continuing doing this. It's because I have great teachers by my side, and I'm persistent now and at my fullest because I have great teachers by my side. Teachers are like real portals who not only gives our life a shape but also enable it to lit like a lamp forever after dispelling the darkness from across the world. Now I am someone who can tell the importance of the mentor or a teacher. This journey also taught me my responsibility as a teacher. The teacher is like a guide who always shows us the path. It depends on us to have the courage to follow that path. That the path is always tough, but if your teacher is by your side, it becomes clear and less tough. I'm a math teacher. I'm a teacher by choice, not by accident. When I joined the education industry, I started working, I realized one thing. With time, I'm a good at maths, but I'm a not good communicator. Maybe I know everything in maths, but I cannot become a good teacher until I'm a good speaker. So it was a big obstacle for me, especially taking classes in English, where I felt disconnected from the student. I was taking classes in bilingual till then. It was a huge challenge for me to take the classes in English. I used to get nervous, anxious. Then WTLC came into my life. It made my life less anxious. One interesting I I found about myself is my weakness. I assume everyone has their weakness. We should always try to overcome them, because that's the only barrier which is an obstacle to our growth. I used to think that my teacher knew everything when I was a student, but it's not true, guys. When I started my career as a teacher, we are playing different role at a different time. I'm a teacher and a student both. I have taught so many students till now. Many students have joined good colleges. This gives me immense pleasure, and I also want to thank my teacher. And I give my credit to I give my credit for success to them, especially my maths teacher. He used to teach mathematics in a way it always fascinated me. He was a great teacher. I learned so many things after I joined this club. I was reckless. When I was in college, I used to be egoistic. I also had to bear the consequences of that. But it was lesson for me. I realized to become a great teacher, you have to become a great human being first. And I think that's true for every field. Our friends are also teacher because they have guided us sometimes. So whoever guided me on my journey is also my teacher. I have a special respect for them. I have a special respect for them in my heart. I spent my longest time with them. I used to have my school teachers sometimes. The reason they used to beat us, it was not right. But I agree and disagree with myself. But one thing surely I learned from this is to be disciplined. Discipline always helped me achieve what I wanted to achieve. Even it helped me in learning. I thank my school teacher for inculcating discipline. But I thank my college professor. They were so boring. I always used to skip their classes. They possess so much knowledge, but they were not a great teachers. However, I had one of my favorite professor in college. He was so energetic. He used to understand our problems. He was a great teacher. I feel proud of being a student, and I'm also inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. His quotes are always motivating. I want to share this quote which inspires me. Be the change you want to see in the world. In the end, I would like to share the traits of a great teacher. A great teacher behaves like a kid but acts like an adult. A great teacher's help if they notice a struggle. A great teacher is not a teacher. A great teacher understands that students have a life outside of the school. A great teacher sings. So thank you, everybody. Over to you, VP Education team, Adis.
A round of applause for the love letter to teachers. Okay, I'm a judge today. I will not be biased, I swear, because I'm a teacher. Anyway, let's say, okay. First of all, it made me emotional. Why? Not because that he talked about the love for teachers, because from horror we went to teachers. Can you see the drastic difference again? It is such a reality that for some people, teachers are the biggest horror in our lives, but for some people, they are the biggest motivators as well. I would like to say that for my repeater students, I'm a horror in inorganic, but I am a bigger horror in mole concept. Anyway, if you know these words, you were a science student once in your life. If you don't know these words, you were lucky to take commerce or arts. I was not one of those people. Anyway, so let's start with the next speaker for today. Who was our next speaker? Can anyone tell me? I've forgotten already. Yes, big hand raise from Toastmaster Mohit. Yes, we know you are the next speaker, but I just wanted to see if you were. Anyway, is Toastmasters ready for the next speech? Can we have a round of applause for Toastmaster Mohit? Or we are tired from teachers now? No, we are not tired. We are on the next path to recovery. Let's start with the next speech for today. Toastmaster Mohit, your stage is yours.
Thank you, Aris. So it is a telling statistics that one of the most frequently question typed in Google last year was, what is love? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, as you assumed or predicted what I am talking about, love, the fascination of us all, from our teenagers to the regrets we have in our 20s and, well, don't know about our 30s, but surely we will get some insight from them. This fact probably reveals more about the society that asks a search engine about such a thing than any other answer reveals about the nature of love. But if not Google, then where else we can look to understand what is love? The fantasy making machine of Hollywood and Bollywood insists that there is only one answer worth indulging, the romantic kind. Most people, it would seem, agree, if only by default. They are dragged into seeking the person who will make them whole via a dating website or any other means. We can all agree that on the balance and taking everything into account, love is a wonderful thing. For many, it is a point of life. The more I think about the love, the more I am awe in its complexity and its importance to us. It is the most important factor in our mental and physical health, our longevity, and our satisfaction in our life. Regardless of who is the object of our love is, a lover, a friend, a dog, or a god. These effects are largely underpinned by some neurochemicals supporting the bond we create. The oxytocin, the dopamine, the serotonin. This suite of chemicals make us feel euphoric and calm. They draw us towards those we love and rewards us for investing in our relationship, even when the going gets tough. Love feels wonderful, but ultimately, it is a form of biological bribery. Why so? It is a cunning evolutionary trick to make sure we cooperate and those all important genes continue down the generation. The joy it brings is wonderful, but is a merely side effect. Its goal is to ensure our survival, and for this reason, happiness is not always its end point. Alongside its joy, there exists a dark side also. To truly deliver the benefits of relationship to our partner, we must understand and meet their emotional needs, as they must understand and meet our emotional needs. As this goes on, these skills present the possibility that you can use that intelligence to control them, to manipulate them, or to toy with others' feelings. We all have done these things to get a new thing, to get them to agree with the movie we like to go, to get them to agree with what we want to do, and eventually control some kind of thing. When researchers asked about most of the participants who participated in a study, they asked about what do you think what is love? They all expressed wonderful things. Some said it's a feeling, some said it's a way of life there. Others tell their advantage, how it gave them in longevity, the satisfaction in life. But when they were asked about does love have any dark side, some didn't agree with that fact, but some came up with the one thing that they can think of, and that is jealousy. Jealousy is also as important in our love. It controls us to not move around and invest in the one specific we have. In and all, love, like all of us, is a complex beast. Only by embracing it in its entirety, we truly understand it and ourselves. Thank you. And over to you, TMRS.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Please a round of applause for Toastmaster Mohit for such a calming voice he has. Right? If anybody agrees with me, please raise your hands. It made me feel relaxed. Okay, you should contribute your voice to some type of app. I would surely say read that or listen to it. Pause. Now, let's say from love, I would just say love is fleeting, but relationships are maintained not only by love, but by a strong trust between people. I would encourage our next speaker to switch on his video because I think I can only see his picture right now. Toastmaster Kshitij. Is your mic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How many of you believe in true love? Can anyone raise their hands? Anybody here? None. Oh, we are such real people. We don't believe in Shakespeare.
I think after all I have said, someone has some doubt in that.
Can you please come again, PM? I didn't hear.
I asked, does anybody believe in true love?
Oh, I do.
Okay, that's it. Now people are starting to think, no, we should say it, at least to show to people, but we are dead inside. That heart is gone. Anyway, after such a speech by Toastmaster Mohit, it has left us thinking that yes, does love exist or not? Anyway, maybe Toastmaster Kshitij can cure us from this disease. Okay, Toastmaster Kshitij, the stage is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adesh. So I think I think this what I will be like talking about is not like a I think speech, but it's like a journey which I have experienced in recent past. So I sorry, like my voice will be very low today. I'm not sure also. Yeah, so my experience which today I will be sharing in terms of my speech would be that my recent experience that how I got the opportunity to did my intern in one of the rural area of this country, right? And how I always used to criticize. Like I'm a Delhiite, right? So there are times I used to really criticize that Delhi is like lack of opportunity. Delhi is like it's not Delhi, but it's like that smoggy city, which I used to say always. But then how recently my experience has taught me that how being from like your original land, you have to really respect people and things. Otherwise, life will give you a lesson. So I will start that how recently I got the opportunity to did my intern in this sector of rural development. Right. So it's look a very nice word, rural development. Wow, it should be a very interesting fact, rural. So I got an opportunity then how I realized that how I went to that place. So that place was in a very small district of Rajasthan, right? So it was a very learning experience that how I went to that place and then how I always used to like really criticize my life that oh I don't have this opportunity. I'm not very fortunate to have these things. Like right as a human being we usually do these things. So when I went there, so I tell you my experience that how three of us people went there and three of them we were good friends. But on the first day, couple of them left because of the environment. And it really affected me that how three of us joined this organization, but couple of them left because of that they were not having that luxury or that opportunity, right? So it was a very challenging experience, and how I started that, how I spent around 50 days in that place. How there were times like there was no electricity, right? We can't really imagine in this metropolitan city that 9 hours of electricity, right? Can anyone of you imagine that how these people are really used to live that 9 hours of electricity? Then I really realized that how these still in this development part or rural part of this country, how these things, religion, caste, and then these things are really relevant, right? These things I think has really taught me that how fortunate we people are to to live in such metropolitan city and have access to all the necessaries, which I always used to demean that, oh no, this is a small city. These are not. So also there are things which I have really realized that how some of the people were sharing that they were from rural area, and then they have this like scary things in their experience. I think I have also I got also related how there was so many scary experience, and how while doing my things like while doing my household surveys, now I realized that how this child marriage is still a big issue in most part of this country, right? How I went to a place. So I tell you this experience. I think this experience has really tell us that how should we do something for the society, and how this when we change, people around us will change. This quote which we say is like a very typical quote, but how we can really use that in our real life. So I went to a place, right? So I met a girl. So she was like very pretty and a very small, like she had that innocence in her face, still which can't really forget. So she was only 11 years old, right? So she was having this like this typically in marriage, like we see that there is that significance which we say is that she got married. We can see that I think most of the people can relate who are married. So I asked her, like, what is your age and like, what is you doing right now? He told me that, yeah, I am just 11 years old and I just left my studies when I was in fifth standard. Right now I'm married. And then, like, none of can really imagine that how that innocent face and then how a girl at the age of 11 got married. So I was like, oh, okay. So can you tell me that why at such a age you got married? She told me that I think in this part of this part there is still very relevant that how that we got married at very such a age, because our family still believe that girl is still a big problem, and then they have to really go to the in-laws because it is still believed that girls are a big burden in this society, which really affected my life condition, because at such a age I can't really imagine in these cities that, because it's a normal not a normal age, right? Then she told me that she will be going to her although she married at such a age of 11, but she will be going to her in-laws place after 15. So I really realized that how we always say is that how we have everything, access to everything, but then I could really relate that how these people still suffer for basic amenities like food, transport, everything. Like then another experience which I have was that how that having everything here in Delhi is like a big luxury for me. Having proper access to transport, having everything. So one day, like I tell you, I wanted to go somewhere, right? So there was no proper access to transport, right? Like there is no Uber and cabs there. So I just took a bus there, and then trust me, it took me around 4 hours. I waited for that single thing for 4 hours, and that day I really realized that how these cities has really developed, but then there is a need, that urgent need, that people should really focus about this sector also, which can really help them. So I think because of paucity of time, so I think this was just a glimpse. I just wanted to tell everyone. It's I don't know whether it's a speech, but it was a learning experience for me. That now is the time to really start respecting your environment and the people around you. And I'm sure when we do, we can bring that change in the society. So yeah, thanks for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Toastmaster Manan.
Yes, TM Alex.
Yes, did Toastmaster Shitter's speech qualify?
Yes, his speech qualified.
Okay, to Toastmaster Shitish, a wonderful effort from your side. I would say a round of applause from everyone is deserving. How many of you have been interns? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone raise their hands? They have been on an internship, maybe during your college days, maybe during or after your college days as an intern. So, okay. Toastmaster Shivangi, our judge today. Yes, Toastmaster Shivangi. Can you share an experience as an intern?
Well, I'm actually interning with a company right now.
Great.
It's a party every day.
Okay, so it's a party. Did you bring coffee, tea for your seniors during an internship?
Thankfully, no.
Yes. Anybody else who has had that type of experience? No, I don't think so. Even in my internship, nobody treats you like the stereotypical intern and tells you that you should bring tea, coffee, do their laundry as it's shown in web series. As such,
Yes,
yes,
but
Toastmaster.
I had like one experience where I wasn't treated badly, but as part of my internship, I was given a very humongous task to get the photostats done. Right. And it was like a full manual of the company guidelines and their history and everything. And I had to make 17 copies of that. So I was utilized in that manner, but beyond that, I think my internships were great.
Okay. My internship, I'll just tell you, it's just a 1 second experience. In my internship, we were in an edtech startup. Okay. We were dealing with MBA students. Now, what happens? MBA students tend to wake up at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. They never sleep. Okay. Some people have classes even at 10 at night. So what happened? They gave me the night shift of calling. And a person who sleeps early is always dreading calling at night. And the person who is getting the call says, don't you have any other job to do in the world? I said, yes, I do have one job, that is to get a good grade in this internship. And that was my reply to that person. The next time, the person who was my boss, he said, no more calling for you at night. You are not speaking well to customers. Now, that was an experience. Toastmaster Mohit also has an experience, maybe a love for his internship days, right?
No, it wasn't love, but I just remember only one memory from my internship. So we were doing these routine checkups for engines and we were looking on them. So one day we were trying to touch the limits of our engine to check that whether where it is going. So our instructor said that don't do that, this is not now, it's for up to limit. He went in the, and in the lunch time, we started the engine and slowly we were doing the manual checkups and everything. And then we poured everything and that set up the full throttle on the engine. And after 1 minute, it started thud, and fud. So due to the excess pressure, there is some, because of that, our cylinder had blown up. Because of that, they had to do the new things. So the instructor came and they started selling that you have to do this, you have to do this and this here because of you and this other fellow. We were 3 guys doing the same thing. So the other two were not, one was not even in my team. We were 2 together. So we 3 came together and then they said that you have to pay for these expenses because it's a very heavy loss for us. And said, sir, we don't earn anything. We don't have anything. We can't pay anything. Then he said, don't worry, you will get your internship 1 more month. After that, you will get your, and for that, starting 5 to 7 days, they gave us pretty tough work, like cleaning the engine from everything, scarce the oil, and then we are going inside and
I would just want to say once, again, you
so
can't give a speech twice, right? In a meeting,
yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think so.
It was
Right?
a.
No.
It was
I'll
a.
just ask once that can you give 2 times the speech because this is sounding like a speech. Yes.
So I just remember that internship is a very bad movie. So that's I
Thank
want
you
to
so
tell.
much
Like,
because we would love to
thankful.
hear that in a regular meeting. Okay, maybe a table topic.
Yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yes, TM Suraj.
Actually, I want to share an interesting thing. When I
Yeah,
was
but
in
I'll time you now. 1 minute.
yeah, I will complete in.
I'll totally time you, okay? Because I have another speaker who's waiting. He's saying they're giving chances. They will say that. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, okay, sir. So basically, I was in the third year, right? So in our IITs, like either you can choose the project or go to intern, right? So basically, I had some backlogs. So me and my friend we decided like let's go with the project, right? And basically, our project was to basically I completed my BTech in mining engineering, basically related to coal, right? So our project was to basically we get the like I would say like after extracting coal we will get some like sand and all that thing, right? So our project was to basically convert that sand into bricks, and we never did that thing, we didn't know how to do what can we do. So actually what we did we just actually copied a project from senior and just head over to our supervisor and we got our credit.
Okay.
But
and we are on live today. So this is an admission, right? That there was blatant plagiarism in one project. You should not say it like that. You should say that we were inspired by a senior. Okay. That's how we played diplomatics with our own college professors. As such, I'm from chemical engineering background. I totally understand. We had it on acetic acid. Otherwise, let's move on from our college days to our last speaker, Toastmasters Sujay. Are you there? See, we put Toastmasters Sujay to sleep with our college days.
Hello.
Yes, see? Yes, Toastmasters Sujay, we can hear you.
Yeah, I reached home. Managed to reach. I can't. I'm sorry. I have issues here, and I'm not in position also to switch on the camera. I'm so sorry about everybody about it.
So, Toastmasters Sujay, can you give the speech today? I just want to ask that.
Yeah, please, I can.
Sure.
Without the camera, please.
Without the camera, I think it's not allowed in any contest.
Is it? Okay, I'll just try because I'm facing a data. A data issue here.
Judges, please have a vote on this. Do we allow Toastmaster Sujay without the camera? No, I think he's on the camera now.
Yeah, but I'm only concerned. Sometimes it takes a bit of data, and so like
that we understand. Okay, technical difficulties, but please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, am I audible? Am I audible and visible also?
Yes, you're audible and visible. So over to you, Toastmaster Sujay.
Okay. Play, recreation, and sports. They are the cornerstones of a child's emotional, mental, as well as physical development. And play and sports. It also destroys any barriers of caste and also religion and also gender and also creed. And in spite of the importance of play and sports in a child's development, the millions of children they are denied the opportunities of play and sports because of reasons as lack of safe spaces, uh, 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 lack of abilities, and also poverty, and of course the excessive academic pressure and the lack of the importance of play and sports among children. And despite India being touted as the world's fastest growing economies, India is also failing to ensure uh, uh, a healthy environment of play and play and sports of its children. Unplanned construction is also like eating up into play areas and playgrounds of children. The irony is that even we adults, we do not understand the importance of play and sports among children, and also on the consequences on the future of our country. The lack of play and sports among children, it ultimately leads to several health ailments among children, like childhood obesity, childhood diabetes, etc. This Independence Day, let us all take a pledge to ensure that children in our houses, children in our communities, children in our colonies, they come out and play and exercise every day, and in the end also create an India that is healthy and is also and is also that is healthy and resilient. We adults also have to ensure that children are playing and exercising every day. I ourselves also playing and also exercising every day. Since it is often said that children do not listen to what we say. They in fact children 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 imitators. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sujay. Please a round of applause for his effort, which he made for his speech. Okay, one important lesson I got from his speech is that we don't have enough parks, spaces, which are safe enough for children to play in. And I agree. But I would also say that the children also should be willing to go and play in there. Everyone has an iPad these days. Okay. So I would say rather than going myself and going to the park, which I go reluctantly because I want to lose weight, the children don't want to go there because they think it is easier to play on their iPad than in real life. Okay, who else agrees with me? Nobody? Yes, so of course we want a healthy lifestyle, but
Children
yes,
are copying us actually.
there you go. We are the role models for the children, and we can't get over our phones. How can they do? So let's say that everyone should go to the park and we should make them safe spaces. Okay, now everyone, I would like to switch everyone to switch on their videos because we want a group photo. We are big narcissists for Instagram. We were just talking about children and Instagram. Anyway, so let's, everyone, big smiles for the Toastmasters meeting. Okay, guest Abhilash, Kajal, guest Nidhi, everyone, please switch on your videos. Toastmaster Manan, do you have any sign for us, or we'll just say a big cheesy smile? Will work today.
I think our area director TM Nidhi should tell us what gesture or sign should we make tonight so that this meetings becomes memorable in our calendar and Instagram.
So as we all are preparing ourselves and with a big heart, can we just create a heart or give any of the reactions for this meeting on our screens? You can choose from reactions, whichever reaction you want to give it to this meeting, and it would be great.
TM Mohit, Arunima. Okay, guys, you need to quickly do the reactions again because we are clicking photograph on count of 3, right? So 1, 2, and 3. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, great. So I would like to request all the judges to complete the calculation of the points which they have given and send me the PDFs as soon as possible. Till then, we'll have the R counters report. Toastmaster Rajesh, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ades, for inviting me. And now I would like to show my counter report. So I'm sharing my screen. I think now you can see my counter report. So our first speaker, Toastmaster Shilpa, has used so sometimes Toastmaster Manish has used so 5 times, and Toastmaster Suraj has used 6 times. Toastmaster Kshitiz has used 8 times, and Toastmaster Sujay has used many times. So yeah, you can see my timing report, and over to you, Toastmaster Adesh.
Okay, I was not audible. Anyway, as such, we have seen a great number of speeches today. I am also the coordinator for the judges panel, so I might have to take 5 minutes to elaborate the results. Till then, Toastmaster Manan, please take over. Toastmaster Shivangi, please bid adieu Toastmaster Shivangi. She has to leave now. So she has left the meeting. Toastmaster Manan for 5 minutes, if you can.
Well, thank you so much, TM Adesh, for conducting this on in such a smooth and entertaining manner. We all had really, really great time for being you as MC of the night. So thank you so much. And as you said, the meeting has been really fantabulous. We had speakers talking about various topics. Like we heard about horror stories. We had, as you said, love letters for teacher. We understood about the importance of sports, and we talked about sustainable development. We talked about positivity, meditation, and whatnot. So what a full platter this was tonight. So this was the special meeting that we conducted. And before moving ahead, I actually have an announcement for all of you. So we do have certain positions open at the area level, right? Where we are seeking volunteers who would like to learn the greater deal of doing things like managing things at a greater level than level, right? And if you guys are interested, you can drop in your nominations to me. Some of the positions that are open at the area level are Assistant Area Director Club Growth, Assistant Area Director Club Quality, and Assistant Area Director PR. TM, maybe if you would like to add more to this, maybe it will give us more clarity on the positions.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Manan. And it was certainly really, I have no words to appreciate all of you, from love theme to teaching theme and everything, amalgamation of every theme at one place. It's such a wonderful day to end with it. And kudos to the entire EC team for Wave to Lead, because you won't believe conducting even one speech contest takes a lot. And they are conducting it a preliminary speech session for all of you to give you the feeling this is exactly how it's going to happen at your club levels later on, area levels, division levels, district level, and to international levels. So this is the way that you all should prepare. And for regarding this, you all have done a great job. One thing that I would like to convey in front of you is it's always commendable if you give your speeches being in a standing position. It's always good for you, because in this way, you will be able to show your hand movements. You will be able to show your facial expressions and place your camera positions in such a way in front of you that people will be able to see you clearly, the facial expressions as well. So, right, you can practice it so that once you get into your contest later on, it is going to help you out. And one more thing, we do have our counter that has shared a wonderful report in front of you. Do you know why we share all these reports? What you would do if you have to say so, you can't really get over it. You have to say so. It's the sentence that you have to say. You have to say but. What would you do? So that's where the challenge is and the learning is. Whenever you have to say but, okay, so avoid the use of but. Most of the times you can use the words like nonetheless, nevertheless, however. Find out different ways of saying the same thing so that you will not end up repeating the same words again and again, and at the same time you are giving your speeches in a well-structured manner. So whenever our counter is going to share their reports, take it very seriously. Count it, how many times you are using so, but, and that person takes a lot of pain actually to listen to each and every word that you say. So make the use of it. It is a wonderful way. And regarding the area level positions that Toastmaster Manan has already shared with you, I'm going to share with you the positions that are open for everyone. If you want to be a part of area level, these are the positions. If you want to contribute towards it, like you are good at PR, you think you are good at PR, please come up. Please say that I want to volunteer myself as the Assistant Area Director PR. This is going to give you a better opportunities, and then you will get to be associated with district level teams as well, and it is going to help you in your Toastmasters journey. So open for everyone. If you think you are suitable for it, the positions are always open. Please reach out to me. Okay. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster Manan.
Thank you so much, TM Nidhi. We always love whenever you join our meetings because you always give us a pot full of learnings that we can refer back to and implement in our future meetings. So thank you very, very much for giving us the relevant feedback. Now I'll move to our second judge, TM Sahil, and I would love to hear what he has to say about today's meeting and his feedback for us.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manan. Actually, it was lovely seeing all the speakers, listening to everyone. There are certain points that I just need to emphasize as what Toastmaster Nidhi spoke about. I completely agree to what she said, that standing, however, isolates the anxiety about public speaking. So it's always commendable to deliver a standing speech. Even in an international speech contest, we prefer to have standing speakers. If a standing speech is never delivered, it's not delivered, we tend to disqualify the speaker. It's always recommended to deliver a standing speech. Then there were certain points that a speech should always, I believe, it should always be in an apple pie order. An apple pie order means a proper, what you call a proper structure, that is an introduction, a body, and a didactic conclusion. I felt in most of the speeches, it was an abrupt conclusion. The conclusion could have been better, could have been better. And then Toastmaster Kshitij, as I listened to him, and he was continuously making use of a filler right. He was continuously using the filler word right. After every sentence, he used to use the word right. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. Next time onwards, try not to use any filler word. And if in case you stuck somewhere, we tend to make use of a filler word when we lag behind a proper word. That's where when we tend to commit certain R counters. So it's always better to take a pause and then speak. Just take a deep breath, speak, and again, Toastmaster, one speaker, I think it was Toastmaster, wait a second, it was Toastmaster Suraj, I guess. He was delivering a speech with a smile. So try to maintain that. Next time onwards, try to deliver a speech with a vibrant smile. You know, a smile is a curve that sets everything all right. So I would always recommend that all the speakers to develop such habits, always be in an apple pie order, deliver a standing speech, try not to commit any filler words, crutch sounds, and maintain a smile. That's all. Thank you so much. Back to
Well, thank you so much, TM Sahil, for explaining all the points really well. And these are some relevant takeaways from you. And that is why we always welcome the experienced Toastmasters to our meeting, because they always give us key points to improve upon for the future. So thank you so much, TM Sahil, once again. Coming to the guest feedback, guest Nidhi, if you can just turn on your microphone and camera, if you can, to tell us about how's your feedback for the meeting and what, like, how was your time spent? here with us.
So very good evening, everyone. It was really nice to see. I mean, I joined late due to some other commitment, but as far as I could join, I saw like 2-3 speeches, and also the feedback given by TM Nidhi and Sahil was really helpful. So I mean, I really enjoyed listening, and also knowing that okay, these are the points that how which could be emphasized and learned upon. So yeah, it was fun. Looking forward for the next meeting.
Definitely. And just for your information, this is not the usual structure of the Toastmasters meeting. This is not how every meeting folds out. This was the special meeting that we conducted where we had several speakers coming together and uh, holding each other with their horns to see who wins the today's meeting. But usually we do have a different format, so it would be great if you can join us next week as well to
Sure.
know how the usual Toastmaster meeting unfolds.
Sure. Yeah. The same link. Is it the
Yes.
same? Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
I'll send you the details
Yeah.
for the next really soon.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Wonderful. And now we can see our VP Ed, our MC of the night, back on the camera. So I'm assuming that he has calculated the scores of every speaker and he's ready with the results and the announcements. So VP Education, Mr. MC, TM Adesh, the stage is all yours. Please declare who
Thank you so
scored
much,
the
Mr.
best
Manan.
tonight.
Actually, the task was so tough because every judge has a different top three. So we're using the Toastmasters criteria for every judge's points. We have to give first position 3 points, second position 2 points, and the third position for 1 point. So it took a lot of time, but we have clear winners also, but we also have a big tie. So there is interesting dynamics going on in the results. Let's start with the third position. The third position is a tie this time. The third position, who do you guess should have, did you guess who's going to get the third position? There is a tie in the third position. Anybody? Any guesses? No guesses because all our speakers, they don't want to say that they are third, right? Okay. So the third position is shared by Toastmaster Kshitij and Toastmaster Sujay. So a round of applause for them. So the third position is by both of them. The second position and the first position only have a 1 point difference because I had to do it 3 times. It's just a very, very small difference of 1 point and it's extremely close. The third position was also close, but now this one has a very significant difference. So the second position goes to Toastmaster Shilpa for her first speech. So a big round of applause to her. And the first position goes to the teacher of the club this year. Toastmaster Suraj, you have won the contest. So big round of applause for Toastmaster Suraj. So over to you, President Manan.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to all the winners. And it feels so great to see all these upcoming Toastmasters stepping up with every meeting and running ahead in the race and coming back with the trophy. So very, very congratulations, TM Suraj, for this big win tonight, because usually only 2 speakers compete with each other, and tonight you have won amongst these 6 speakers. So it is indeed a huge, huge accomplishment. So keep doing what you're doing because I can reassure you that you are on the right path. Right. So with that note, I think we have come towards the end of the meeting. We do have our winner in front of us. So before we sign off, I want to reiterate what we discussed in the starting of the meeting, that always take some time out for yourself. Keep your mind calm and always keep repeating to yourself, right, that you are always improving in the right direction and you are going to conquer whatever you are doing. With that note, we'll sign off, and I want TM Suraj, since he's the winner of the night, to say our sign-off slogan for the club. So TM Suraj, over to you. Please
Thank you,
end this
TM
meeting.
Manan. TM Rajesh, can you help me out?
Yeah,
What is
definitely.
exactly?
Yeah, definitely. I will help you. Yeah, in Weave to Lead. Yeah, speak Toastmaster Suraj. In Weave to Lead.
In Weave to Lead.
Leaders don't stop.
Leaders don't stop.
Until they are on the top.
Until they are on the top. So let's everybody start. So in Weave to Lead.
In Weave to Lead. Leaders don't stop.
Leaders don't stop until they are on the top.
Until they are on the top.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week again on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Till then, have a great week ahead. Enjoy the festivities and the break if you're going anywhere. And we'll see you next week again at the same place. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.